Welcome to Veriset's tutorial on filtering. This video will teach you useful filtering techniques like building new filters, searching on a date field, searching on a text field, searching on a dropdown, how to search on a lookup, how to search on a decimal, and search conditions on related entities. If you want to skip ahead in the video to specific topics, there are clickable timestamps in the description that will take you to what you want to learn. Veriset is made up of several different modules. Each module has a browse screen, and browse screens can be used to manage and filter data. Since each module has a browse screen, what we learn here today can be applied across the various modules within Veriset. But today specifically, we'll be looking at the communication module browse screen. So I've opened up the communication module browse screen, and you'll notice that it's a data grid. It's got a couple actions you can run. You can look at a number of records at the same time. There's other configurations you can do. But primarily what we'll be focusing on today is looking at how to build different filters. Now, once you've built and saved a filter, you can actually access it at any point by selecting the drop-down next to the search action. So you can see here that there's a couple different filters that have already been configured that I can actually apply here and use if I wanted to. So with that said, I'm going to reset the browse, and you'll notice here that there's nothing there. And so where you would start to create your filters by selecting the add search condition. So what that's going to do is open up a list of properties. These are all the properties within the communication module. You can see that there's a large number of different fields that we could use to search on. First, let's look at a date field. So let's pick the scheduled finish. So what I just did is I applied the parameter to the browse screen, so something that I can search on. You'll notice here that the conditional option has defaulted to equal. So if I were to set this, we could search on a specific date, but which I'm going to get here in just a moment. But what I can do is actually change what conditional option I want to search by to basically narrow or open up my search depending on what I want to do. But first, let's just start with a specific date. So let's look at all communications that have a scheduled finish of yesterday. Hit search, and it pulled up all my communications that have a scheduled finish of yesterday. But like I said, if you want to change your parameters or you want to search a little more open or narrow, you can change the conditional option. So for this example, let's say we want to look at all communications that have a scheduled finish of equal to or less than yesterday. You'll notice that it opens up my search, so it's going to give me all my communications where the scheduled finish is equal to or less than yesterday. So as you can see, as you build your different filters and parameters, there's quite a bit you can do in terms of how you want to pinpoint and find data. So another common type of search we see is in interval. So if I hit the little condition change, I can select in interval. So what it's changed to is a lookup, so I can pick a number of different search parameters, and I can really configure it to how I want to do it. So the last, next, predefined, is it within the last 5 days, and then also including current. So we'll hit OK. So give me all my scheduled finish based on these parameters. Hit search, and it narrowed my search. Another common type of search parameter is searching on a text box field. So let's try that. Let's clear the browser, hit add search condition, and let's find a text box. For Communication Manager, description is a pretty common text box. And we'll hit select. You'll notice that it, just like the date field, it applied it to the browse screen here. However, you'll notice that the search condition, the conditional option for searching has defaulted to contains. And the reason why is because description is a text box field, and it's most common used when searching to be able to search by like a prefix or a specific word or a phrase. And that's what this gives you to do. So a little bit more open, a little bit more ability to search similar to a search engine. So I just type in a phrase, and then hit search. And you'll notice that it's given me all my communication where the description contains this phrase. So being able to search on text fields gives you the ability to search a little more openly. Another common data type to filter on is dropdowns. And a good example of that in Communication Manager is the priority. So we will select the add search condition and apply the priority parameter to the browse screen. You'll notice that the conditional option has defaulted to equal, and then I can pick my value. So what this is going to do is give me all my communications where the priority is equal to high. But maybe you want to open it up a little bit more by searching on high priority communications as well as normal. So if I go to in and then select the ... this time it pulls up a list editor, so basically it's going to allow me to create a list. So give me all my high and let's say normal communications, and then hit search. And it's, like I said, opened up my search parameters a little bit more, giving me more records. And you can see that here with the number of rows. It has increased. Another common type of data that can be used to filter on is a lookup. So I'm going to clear my browse screen here and hit add search condition. And we'll use location because that's a pretty common lookup type field. So the conditional option is defaulted to equal, and then it's giving me a lookup so I can pick some different values. So let's say I want to find, give me all my communications that are in Cass County. And hit select. So it's set my value, and then I can hit search. And it's giving me these records. So these records, these communications are in the location, or in this location. But maybe you're responsible for more than one location, so you want to open up your criteria a little bit. So this time let's search using the condition of in. Hit the lookup. Got our list editor, so we can pick a couple here. We'll do the default one, this one, and we'll do this one. So we'll pick these three, and then hit select. So I've selected these values. Hit OK. And you can see that they're now applied to the browse, and I hit search. And it's opened up my parameters. So it's given me all the communications that are in these locations. So as you can see, you can narrow and widen your search using the conditional options in a number of ways. Another very common way to filter on data is using searching on a decimal field, or most common like a dollar amount field. So I've cleared my browse screen there. Hit the add search condition, and we'll use the estimated cost parameter. So the condition's defaulted to 0, and the value can be set now. So for this example, let's say give me all my communications where the estimated cost is this much. Hit search. And as you can see, it's given me a number of communications. So the communication has an estimated, or these are all my communications that have this estimated cost. But again, maybe you want to open up your search. So give me everything that is equal to or less than for communication for this amount. Hit search, and as you can see, it's opened up my search quite a bit. Or maybe you want to go the other direction. You want to search everything that's equal to or greater than this amount, and hit search. And it's given me those records now. Another common way to search data, though, is search related records. So very similar to searching a typical data type, you would hit the add search condition. And you'll notice here that some of these properties actually have a caret drop-down next to it. And this essentially is representing the related records to the communication. So for example, maybe we want to search on custodian. So custodian is a team, so the team that is managing that communication is a related record that is set on the communication. So maybe you want to search on the custodian's lead, so whoever the team lead is on that communication. Now that the filter for searching by the communications custodian's lead has been set, I can now set a value and then search. And it's given me all the communications where the custodian lead is that person. Using what we have learned here from this tutorial can be applied to build new filters and save them, or even edit existing ones. The way you can build filters is, again, very similar to what we walked through, but you would just add multiple search conditions, one or many, to the browse screen at the same time. So for this example, maybe we'll want to search by category and maybe priority. So once you have your parameter set, you can select the cog, select save, give it a name, hit OK. And then once you've saved it, anytime you come to the communication, you select the drop down and you can access it. In addition, you can make it your default. So if you select the cog and then select make default, what that'll do is the filter that I have here applied and saved will now automatically be applied for this user login every time I access the communication browse. So we'll exit out communication browse, reopen the communication browse, and you'll notice that the filter automatically applied. This has been an overview of filtering and searching within Veriset. To learn more about how to use different modules and functions of Veriset, please visit our Demos and Tutorials playlist. Thank you for watching.